Stairs in the Woods. One of the internet's strangest urban legends. This story first surfaced on Reddit and has since caught public attention, originating from a chilling account shared by a U.S. Forest Service search and rescue officer in August 2015. The post has sparked widespread intrigue and debate about mysterious staircases appearing deep in the woods. A Reddit user by the name of Search and Rescue Woods shared some of their most terrifying stories from the depths of the wilderness. Among these posts, one stood out: the story of the stairs in the woods. The officer recounted, "We've been told not to talk about it by our superiors, and at this point, we've all gotten so used to it that it doesn't even seem weird anymore. On just about every case where we're really far into the wilderness, I'm talking 30 or 40 miles at some point, we'll find a staircase in the middle of the woods. It's almost like if you took the stairs in your house, cut them out, and put them in the forest. I asked about it the first time I saw some, and the other officer just told me not to worry, that it was normal. Everyone I asked said the same thing. I wanted to go check them out, but I was told very emphatically that I should never go near any of them. I sort of just ignore them now when I run into them because it happens so frequently." This story hooked other users reading it, making them feel curious and confused. Many were skeptical at first, since it appeared on Reddit's No Sleep forum, which is known for posting fictional horror stories. However, other SAR officers and hikers soon came forward with similar encounters, describing various staircases with no consistent design, leading nowhere, and emanating a dark, unsettling energy. Notably, none of the stories mentioned anyone brave enough to climb the stairs, only vague warnings of what might happen. Hikers who came across the stairs often felt an immediate sense of fear. Some turned back without knowing why, only that something about them felt wrong. None stayed long enough to find out. Despite the doubt, photos began to surface showing these strange staircases, often in isolated, forgotten places. The real question is whether they're simply old, decaying ruins, or if there's something more to them. Some connect these staircases to the idea of liminal spaces, those eerie, in-between places that seem suspended outside of time, like you've wandered into a world that isn't quite real. It's the kind of unsettling feeling you get when you find yourself in a hallway that stretches on too long, or an empty room where everything feels wrong, but you can't put your finger on why. Something about them doesn't just feel abandoned, it feels like they're part of something bigger, something beyond our understanding. The first theory is relatively straightforward. These stairs could just be remnants of old buildings. While the original poster mentioned finding them deep in the woods, most of the photos show staircases within about 10 miles of the forest edge. This suggests they might be left over from old cabins, mining houses, or even businesses that were abandoned or burned down, leaving only the stairs behind. Built from brick or iron, these structures would likely survive longer than the wooden parts of the buildings. Yet, this theory doesn't fully explain the feeling of dread many experience around these stairs, nor the fact that some appear perfectly preserved despite their surroundings. The idea that these stairs are just remnants of old structures is compelling, but it leaves many questions unanswered. For instance, why are these stairs found so deep in the wilderness, far from any known settlements or mining operations? And why do so many people report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and unease when they encounter these stairs? Another theory suggests these stairs were built for cult rituals. The idea of cults using secluded, hidden staircases for sacrifices or initiations isn't out of the question. Their remote locations in the woods would make them ideal for secret ceremonies. However, the idea that cult members could repeatedly find and use random spots 40 miles into the woods seems unlikely, especially with no evidence to back it up. The theory makes the whole thing even creepier, but there's no real proof behind it, leaving it more of a dark possibility than anything concrete. Some say cults used to perform rituals around these staircases, believing they were gateways to other realms. Some believe these stairs were built for these rituals, maybe even to summon or contact otherworldly entities, raising the possibility that those who climb them could be transported to places far beyond this world, or even to hell itself. The most debated theory, however, is that these stairs are paranormal. Many who encounter them report an overwhelming urge to flee due to the area's dark presence. One of the big aspects for those who explore the paranormal is the gut feeling, that sense of dark energy that seems to linger in certain places. This feeling, often experienced in haunted locations, lends some credibility to the paranormal theory. Additionally, some claim these stairs are not permanent, appearing sporadically in specific locations. Locals who hike the trail numerous times mention that every so often, a set of stairs would appear seemingly out of nowhere. They would show up unexpectedly, only to vanish just as quickly, with no logical explanation. There have been reports of strange time shifts near the stairs, with hours passing in what feels like minutes. Hikers have said that when resting near the staircases, time seemed to move unusually fast. They'd check their watches, expecting only a few minutes to have passed, only to find that hours had gone by. This kind of time distortion is common in paranormal experiences, where people lose track of time or feel it moving differently. Some believe these staircases function as portals to other dimensions, worlds, or even hell itself, which might explain why SIR officers often find them while searching for missing persons. Considering the high number of unexplained disappearances in national forests, it's plausible that curious individuals, particularly children, might climb these stairs and vanish. When people hear about stories of individuals going missing in the woods, it's often children who are mentioned. It's believed that a young child would be curious enough to run up a staircase they find in the woods before their parents even notice. This theory suggests that these missing individuals might have been transported to another realm or dimension by climbing these mysterious stairs. Despite the far-fetched nature of this theory, it could account for the mysterious disappearances. The SAR officer also added, "We've had cases where kids go missing and there's no trace of them. It's like they vanished into thin air. The stairs might be a clue we've been overlooking." There are many stories of people going missing in national forests, often without a trace. The idea that these stairs could be portals to other dimensions only adds to the mystery behind these unexplained disappearances. It's important to note that the original story was posted on a fictional forum, so the accounts that followed could have been influenced by it. In the few places where stairs do exist in the woods, it could just be a coincidence. Some believe urban legends often start with a bit of truth but get exaggerated over time, and the stairs in the woods might be one of those cases. After a lot of investigation, the mystery of the stairs in the woods still remains unsolved. Whether they are remnants of old buildings, the site of strange rituals, or something more otherworldly, their existence continues to intrigue and unsettle those who come across them. Many who have encountered the stairs describe them as eerie and out of place. One person who stumbled upon a staircase deep in the forest described it as unsettling, feeling like it was something straight out of a nightmare. The mystery of the stairs in the woods still lingers, leaving a lasting impression on everyone who's found them. The strange stories surrounding these staircases continue to fuel the legend, making sure it remains as eerie and captivating as ever. No one knows who built them, no one knows why, but if you ever find one standing alone in the woods, don't climb it. Some stairs aren't meant to be climbed.